Bonjour tout le monde, ici Catherine Ousselin. Hello everyone, this is Catherine Ousselin. You might know me from French Teachers in the US on Facebook or from the AATF, of which I am the social media content curator and director of social media. Maybe we've seen each other at a convention recently at ACTFL or at ATF or Central States or PNCFL or CLTA. We get around, don't we? Most of you know that my biggest passion is making sure that teachers have all the resources they need to develop wonderful activities, units, or anything for their students. Just, we know that we're all very busy. And so we've created thousands and thousands of videos, articles, infographics, everything. And I've tried several different ways to get these into your hands and into the eyes, ears, and mouths of your students. Sounds like fun. Well, today I want to show you something new because I've been working on this for over 3 years. It's a project that's very dear to my heart, and I want to share it with you today because it's December. It's the month of giving and sharing. And I want to just make sure that you understand how to use this new platform and that you can think about it over the winter break and say, you know, maybe I'll go do something and share an idea. So let's go and look at what we've got. So as you know, way back when, and I can't show it to you anymore, we had the Wikipedia, the Wikispaces, place where teachers from French teachers in the US would share their resources. They'd share an activity, they'd share a video, and we put it all together and we tried to organize it. Then Wikispaces went away. That was hard. So then I was connected with EF Prof, from the Institut Français, and they said, here is a wonderful site for you to use in the United States, and you can share the ressources pédagogiques. It was a great idea because you could share your ideas, and if you look at this, it still works. Okay, you could share media, documents, videos, links. The only problem was that it didn't really correspond to the things that we're teaching here in the United States to our learners, K-12, dual immersion, etc. So I thought that's a wonderful deal. When it was online time, if you remember that, we started up this Banque de Ressources on the Wakelet collections. And so many of you shared great activities, Jamboards, Padlets. You put everything on here and we shared it. There's 80 items on just the Banque de Ressources. And then there was a second one that we created just for the choice boards and Bitmoji rooms. Thank you so much for sharing. Don't forget that we also have, of course, over 90 Pinterest boards. And those are organized thematically and with vocabulary. There's everything that you could possibly want. And if it's not there, you should get in contact with me. And for those of you who are not really into Pinterest, you can always go to the Digo platform that we have set up because we put tags in there. And so we've got tags for like comparaison culturelle, vie contemporaine. We'll tell you that it's an infographie. We'll tell you what it is. And you can go to those tags over here if you look at those, right? And we've got thousands of tags. So if you're looking for something just like something on le 8 mars, okay, for women, okay, you'll find all that and it will tell you what it is. It will say it's a video, it's an article, it's an infographic. I love Digo because I can really, I can find and filter exactly what I want, okay? If you don't like that, of course, you can come on over to our playlists on YouTube. We've got over, I believe, 85 different playlists that are organized. And if you want to look, we also save other people's playlists. So you can always take a look at that. These aren't ones that I put together. Those are ones that I found by other people. But you've seen these. I've been presenting them for the ATF for many years. Okay, so today what I want to show you is something that, because of EF Prof, of all the complications that I had, I said, okay, I want to design a site, a web page where teachers can easily share, easily find, and also filter, just like you would at Macy's. Okay, if you wanted to find a shirt that had long sleeves and it was blue and it was size medium and it had ruffles, you can put all that into Macy's and they'll say, here is the magic shirt that you want. And you say, thank you, Macy's, I love it. Okay, I wanted that for us. And teachers pay teachers. I have my opinions on that. If you're a person that supports teachers that way, thank you. Teachers do deserve that extra income. But I don't know that this is always something I want to pay for. I'm not sure if I can always look at it. And I said, let's put something together to support the teachers in the United States and in Canada. So if you're a member or not, right now, this is going to be open for everybody for 1 year. And then we'll talk about the freemium experience. So if you go to FrenchTeachers.org, okay, so let's just go to that main page, FrenchTeachers.org. That's the AATF's page. And there's a button over here that says Shared Resources. It's almost smack in your face, but it's just to the right. Okay, so click on that one. And you see right here, it says Share Resources, and then right below it, it says Submit a Resource. And we'll look at this step by step. I'm going to show you what's been shared already because we needed a few people to put in their ideas, to put in their activities so that we would have something for you to look at when you first land here. Otherwise, it's a blank page, not some excitement. So let's say that you have a theme or a keyword and you put that in. Right now, we don't have a lot of keywords because we only have 5 activities, so you're not going to be finding a lot. And that's where you come in. Eventually, we need more things to look at. But when we do have more, you're going to be able to filter by theme or topic. And I've put them both in French and English. Okay, so you'll be able to look. Yes, they do look like the AP themes, and I'll understand that these are for all levels, and we'll look at how you can be more precise in your filtering. Okay, so we also have the IB themes, and then we have just basic subtopics. So clothing, work, health, things that you would see in a textbook. Okay, already that's a lot better than EF Prof. They correspond to the things that we are teaching in our classrooms. Okay, so we've got Francophone cultures and identities. We have diversité. Okay. Next, let's look at the levels. I wanted you to be able to filter by novice, intermediate, advanced, etc. And then any level could use this. Okay. What else is there? There's type of submission. You might be sharing a full, complete unit or just a lesson, an activity that's a task or an activity that's a game. Project, you've got a music song video, you've got a narrative video, assessment, interpretive, interpersonal, everything that we need as teachers here, okay? What type of media is this? Is it a document? So for example, you can share Word documents, Google Docs, PDFs, okay? If you've got a presentation that's a PowerPoint or Google Slides or Canva, if you just have an image that you've created or that you found with citations, or if it's a video that you've either made or that you found, or if it's just a great website, because so many of us are sharing those, okay? Now, we want to make sure that we cover everybody that's in AP, IB, and dual language immersion. Also in the FLAM, so Français langue maternelle, okay? Or this could be used by anyone. And of course, we've added the IB themes. And lastly, this is one of my biggest ones that I usually share in my workshops. What are the lenses that this covers? Now, you don't necessarily have to add that or use that as in one of your searches, but there are some people who design their units with lenses that are designed to help take one of those themes or topics and add a little depth to it, okay? So you can do that search, but for right now, we only have 5 or 6 because it's just brand new. For example, we have Martha who shared one and she put the lenses on it. It says equity, equality. It's from L'Ascension. And if you click on it, it says it's a handout. And so when she shared it, over here is the file. Okay, so the teaching resources is right here. And she has her name there and some keywords. And she used English and French. Okay, so you can use either one. What you're going to do if you want to use that, you would click on it. It will take you right to her PDF, which is beautiful. It's ready to go. It's free. You can look at the whole thing before you decide to download it. What does that remind me of? Something awesome. Okay. Another one that you can look at, several of these I have shared. I know it's a little bit, but I was asking people and hopefully they'll share soon. So this is telling you it's an activité orale and it's using those AI generators. So DALL-E. And you've got the teaching resources right here where you can download them. I put instructions so that you would know how to use that. And then I use some tags. Okay, my name's on there. There's a URL. There's other URLs if you need to go visit somewhere else to get more information. Okay, so you can download that activity. There's an alphabet choice board that Teresa Flock shared with us. And she just said, this is a great activity for students to use on a day when you need low prep. Lots of us, right? And you have the teaching resource right there. Click on it, and she has real quick something for you to do when your students are saying, what do we do next? She even has a linked video right in there. Okay, so as you can see, we're starting really well. We've got these ideas. Stephanie Senegato from French Teachers in the US, as you see, a lot of the moderators were helping out. she chose the film Migrant, the short film, and she put in those key words, those tags. And then if you keep going down, I've shared 2 full units with you, okay, so that you can get an idea of how the different ways of things that people can share. Okay, so I've actually put the learner can do, the questions, the essential questions, the link, and if you go over here, the teaching resources, I've got 2 that you can use. Okay. So now you're excited. You're saying, oh my gosh, there's 6 things shared, but there could be more, because if everybody shared one thing, we would have 5,000 on here. And it's coming up to a winter break. You might have a moment where you want to go into your office or out to a coffee shop and, just think about this. So you're going to click on where it says submit resource. Okay. So your name can go there, the name of the resource. You can use French, English, both. If you don't have a name, you don't have to make one up. You could say unit on food, but you might be a little bit more specific as you go down. Now the description, that could be in English or French. You can use both. But we want to make sure that the title is specific and descriptive, because if they're using those keywords, right, the keywords that they had, that you maybe want to use a mixture of that. It's a little bit easier to find things when people tag, just like we do over in Indigo, and we tag everything as much as we can. Don't worry about the premium content. We'll come back to that later. And then you're going to just click all the boxes that apply. Now, some of them are marked with the red star. Okay, that means that they're obligatory, that you have to do that. And then some of them are blank, like you don't have to. So theme and topic, but you don't have to mark for IB, and you don't have to mark for lenses. And then if you want to add some keywords like tense, mood, country, something that is specific, that helps us, just like we did over here, figure out what exactly is this good for. Tell us what kind of document it is, okay? Now you can insert files directly from your computer. So you click on that, and let's say I go into, I'm just gonna go into one of my school docs, okay? So well organized, I try and keep these all set up. And let's see, I wanna do something from one of my units, and maybe I wanna do about a reading resource that I've created, right? So you have something, you can upload it just like that. You hit open, and then it might be saying it's too big. If it's too big, you could put it into Google Docs or into the cloud and share the link with us. We do have a file limit, but if it's something that does fit and you have multiple documents, like you've got pictures. So let's try and add a picture real quick. I'm going to go to click insert file, and let's see if I cannot find something that's real easy. Let's do education, and I want to use an infographic. So if I do find something like an infographic, here it is right there, it's uploading. If you could please cite that either in the description, up here in the description that says I found this document or I found this resource on, that's very helpful. And if you want to put the website, that's even better, okay? So if you've got a link to something, for example, I have my Monstre à Paris, okay, that's like a little activity for my students. I'm going to go to the share. And there's a couple things you could do. Anyone with a link could be a viewer, or if you do know how to change where it says edit to copy, right? And then just, you're going to copy that link and throw it in there. That way it automatically makes a copy for anyone that clicks on it. And then if you have more URLs that you want to share, if you want to leave us a note or anything, that's fine. Now you'll notice it says I attest. The resource that I've uploaded is of my own creation, which means sometimes we get inspired by other things that we find. And that's just cite the people that you found it from if you can, please. I mean, I should say, please cite. And then let's say that you found an infographic on some site. You could put the URL right underneath that, or you could put it up in the description. But we want to say that this is my own creation. So I found something, I made this. I didn't find it on Teachers Pay Teachers. Please don't copy people's work and push it up here, okay? I have not included scans or reproductions of textbooks, workbooks, or copyrighted books, okay? This work does not belong to any other teacher. Inspirations need citations, please. Okay, so you're just going to click that is true. And then you're going to say, hey, I'm not a robot. You'll submit it. And then I will need to approve it right now. I go through and I'll approve most likely every 2 or 3. Well, my goal is every 2 days. We'll see how that works. Maybe it's even every day. I'm going to try and find a little picture to go with that. So I might just take a screenshot of what you shared, or if it's something else, I can just make a little shot for you. If you want to include a picture for me to use as like the thumbnail, please let me know. You can just put that in there and say this is the thumbnail that you want to be used. Okay. Well, we have come a long way since our wiki spaces. That was my first attempt to help us, because Facebook, friends, Facebook is not helpful. Okay, you can't tag the things very well, and the search is not helpful on Facebook. So I'm going to just come back to you and look into your hearts and souls. I've worked for like maybe 12 or 15 years on helping teachers around the country and around the world find the resources they need. And sometimes I've shared my units, my activities. I've done a lot of that. One of the ways that you can give back is to share something. And I'd like you to be very careful of how you look at other people's work. If there's a grammar error, fix it, okay? If there's an actual, like, something that's really inappropriate, please let me know. I'll contact the person. We'll figure this out. Criticizing someone else's sharing, it's just not the way that we want to promote the unity, the collaboration here at the AATF. You have beautiful ideas. Your students are so lucky to have you. Please share with your colleague, because one of them might be inspired that will say, yeah, I don't need this whole thing, or I might not use it that way, but I have an idea for tomorrow. That's the magic of this site. That's the magic of this collaborative issue. I want to have everyone feel like, I'm feeling weird on a Sunday night, which it is. I need to have something just to send off, and I'm going to find it here because my colleagues tagged it, they labeled it, and I know that it's for novice students, and it's going to be a video. Okay. Please send me any questions, okay? You have my email. You know how to find me on Facebook, Twitter, if it's still up by tomorrow. Let me know what you think of the platform. If it's too hard to use, or if there's an issue that you're having, I'm here to support you. I wish for you a very restful break, and I hope that you take 1 hour during the break and think about how you can support another colleague, either locally or across the globe. Merci beaucoup. Bonne journée, bonne continuation, et allez l'équipe. Bye.